Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Wednesday night edition of the Rachel Freeman Sowers live show. I am so happy to be here with all of you. This is the go-to place for female entrepreneurs who want to really accelerate their confidence, amplify their impact, and massively grow their audience engagement so that you can serve more people. Hello, Instagram. Nice to see you on there. And tonight is a little bit of a different kind of topic because, tomorrow's my birthday. So I chose the topic tonight. And I was like, I am running with this thing. And I cannot wait to tell you some of the stories that I have that are really the perfect birthday presents for me. I turn 49 tomorrow. I am in no way reserved about how old I am. I love my life. The 40s have been fabulous, and I cannot wait to the 50s. It will be just as good, if not better. So please make sure to tell me in the comments where you are joining me from, and say hello, because I want to make sure to say hello to everyone. I just got a message in the comments from one of my clients, and she says that she has me on her big screen TV. Now, I don't even know if I can handle myself on a big screen TV, but please take a pic and send it to me, because that is really, it's one of the most fabulous things I've ever heard. And if you would have told me, I would say like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and even when I was littler and I had so much anxiety and I really didn't want to be, out in front, but that was all just hiding. Like this woman within me really wanted to be out in front. And it was just like, you just come out. And I have some stories to tell, because it is really the best time in business and in life to be on video. So if you're a female entrepreneur who is really, wanting and knowing that video is the number one way for you to grow the like and know trust factor the best and the fastest, this is one of the ways. It is also just another way for you to fully be able to express yourself. I don't know if you saw my post today. It's called Express, Don't Repress. And if you've hung out here at Rachel Freeman Sowers for very long, I say that all of the time. And it's almost like I want to tell all of you female entrepreneurs that the programming that you have been taught is not, we just need to get rid of that. Like, it needs to go bye-bye and say no more. And that's what this is. I mean, you're not an app. We're not here as robots. We're humans. We're beautifully and wonderfully made. And this is really what we are supposed to be here for. So I'm just gonna say hello to a few people. Linda, Tammy, hey. Hey, Jacqueline from Canada. Hey, this is my good friend from Canada. Thank you so much. All right, so I love seeing all of you here. And tonight's show is F Your Programming, You're Not an App. Everything that you may believe you are in your identity has been programmed at some point in time, and it's how we have behaved in a patterned way of being. And now sometimes some of it is not as helpful. And I wonder how many of you right now are using video in your business to help you grow, to help you really reach those individuals that are seriously just freaking waiting to hear what you have to say. And I know that it works, because I did a live video in this series on Monday or Tuesday. Monday, I did it. There we go. And this woman wrote me back and she's like, I love your lives. I always get hit with something. And in that live, we were talking about why female entrepreneurs don't show up on camera, why they don't use video. And some of it is because they're self-judgmental about the way they look, about their teeth, about their eyes, about their hair, all of those kinds of things. And I used to be really self-conscious about my arms. And after a while, I'm just like, well, forget it. If you don't like my arms, don't look at them and just fucking don't look. So she's like, that hit me. Thank you for reminding me to accept myself just the way I am. This is how you reach and build those relationships and really amplify the impact that you're wanting to make in the world. Video is such a beautiful medium to do that. So I want to ask you right now, what is it costing you and your business to not be using video? So are you missing out on connecting in a way that people can really hear you? I got some water tonight because my allergies are bad and my throat is dry. So that's what's going to be happening. I'm sipping on a little, it's water, I guarantee you. So what are you missing out on? And this reminds me of a story. I got challenged today by someone to tell some more interesting stories about my life. And I'm wondering how many of you have ever held off on doing something that you then did it and you're like, whoa, this is the deal. Like, I love this. So I used to be in a singing group and, I've sang in front of people and that was all fine. And I came out of my shell a little bit. But the real aha moment I had was about when I was in the 5th grade and we used to stay home during the summer because we were poor and my mom and my dad worked and my brother and I would stay home. And there was this is really kind of personal. So here it goes. I mean, like it's a little bit blah. So me and a neighbor girl used to play. And so one day we were playing and then I went to go home. And I don't even think my wife knows the story. So she is hearing it for the first time. So we're playing in, we live in the country out in Bella Vista. We have like 3.5, 4 acres or whatever. And we went to church and we were very religious and all of those kinds of things. But when I went to leave, this girl kissed me. We were just a little peck. We were like, I think it was like, I don't know, 6th grade, 5th, 6th grade, pretty normal stuff. And at that very moment, I was like, whoa, and from that moment, I really denied myself and I wasn't being the person I was meant to be. I wasn't being fully myself. And so I waited and fought that for a really long time until I got older. And, in these stories that we have in our lives, that was just a really simple thing that was an aha, but then it got shoved down. And that's really what happens in our lives in different periods of time. Now, obviously, maybe not all of you are going to be kissing girls, and that's totally fine. Whatever is fine. But the lesson of the story is that we find something that is really helps us express ourselves and be who we are wanting to be in the world. And then it gets covered over by something else. Right? And then it takes years and years and years to uncover that. And this is the programming that I'm talking about. So when I then turned, I think I was 25, and then I was like, then I came out. And then from then on, I just have begun to be more and more of myself, interacting in the world exactly the way I wanted to interact in the world, being the person that I've wanted to be. And now it's just even going to come out even more. So you better be ready for that and watch out for your big screen TV. When we don't show up on video, when we wait, there is something that it's costing us. I was also having another discussion with another one of my friends, and we were talking about how not being able to fully be yourselves in multiple areas of your life. And when people aren't able to just be who they are, they have to stifle something, they have to cover it up because maybe other people wouldn't approve, or we're afraid of external judgment, or we have internal judgment, or we have self-doubt. All of those kinds of things really cover up our really desire to show ourselves. And then we start backing up and have these beliefs, and we get programmed that are not good enough, right? How many of you believe that you're, if I get on camera at 48 years old, people are going to think I'm too old, right? Maybe people think you think you're too fat, and therefore you think other people think you're too fat, right? There's cultural stuff that goes along with all of these things. It's programmed in you. And it's time to say bye-bye to all of that stuff. And I want to share with you right now a testimonial that I just got. It just says here, moving video into my fun category has made a big difference to my interest and confidence in using video. Rachel helped me land my personal approach to video, weaving lots of me in with key tips, right? So these are key tips, weaving this in and uncovering that person that has been covered up. that has been told, don't do this, don't do that, don't upset those people. This really happens a lot with people who are really have been in corporate America. So if you have been in corporate America and you decided to start your own to become an entrepreneur, and you're afraid of what people are going to be saying when they see like, oh, she started her own business. Oh, she thinks she can do that, right? All of those kinds of things are layered on as programming. So I want to ask you right now, if you'd be so willing in the comments to say, what are the things that you have been programmed that have kept you from really using video the way that you want to? Maybe you do use video, because I know some women on here are currently using video, but what is it going to take for you to slough off all that bullshit and that crap and really find that moment where you are like, oh, just like the sky opens up and you're like, this is me. This is how I want to be and how I want to interact. Let me know, what are some of the things that you've been told to cover up? Because this is what we need to undo right now. This is the time to be on video. Now, this is the time for you to also realize that you have the freedom to be whoever you want to be. If you are a spiritual leader, you can be a spiritual leader and the kind that you want to be. We don't have to always fit into this box. I think I get kind of phobic because people are like, let's try and fit Rachel in a box. I'm like, no, I can't do it. Break it out, right? I'm like, I literally, sometimes it feels like I go into hives. If you know me very long, that stuff is probably it is true. We'll just say it like that. So what is stopping you from using video to its fullest power and leverage it to its fullest? Let me know. These are some of the things that what is keeping you from doing it? What have people told you? What are thoughts and beliefs that you have now decided are true? Because then we're going to get into the neuroscience of it. The fact of the matter is, it's not true. It's only true when we tell ourselves it's true. Remember, the brain doesn't know what's real until we tell it what's real, which is when we have a patterned way of being, when we believe or hear the same thing over and over and over again, then you believe that that's real. We tell our brains that's real. I can't jump out of a plane because I'm going to die. Well, lots of people jump out of a plane and lots of people don't die. I can't get on video because I'm not going to know what to say, and I'm not going to be professional. Well, lots of people get on video, and I am telling you, I've watched some pretty stupid videos pushing carts and people in carts in the grocery store. I mean, like, there's all kinds of stuff. So what limitation now are you now putting on yourself? And what will it really take to break free from that? What's it going to take to break free? We do not have to hit rock bottom before we break free. You don't have to do it. I'm telling you don't have to. The reason I'm telling you that is because I know you don't have to. I mean, being a therapist for the last 18 years of my life has shown me that no one has to hit rock bottom before you learn your lesson. And how many of you have been told that, well, if you don't learn your lesson, you're going to keep learning it and keep learning it and keep learning it. And guess what happened? You keep looking for the same lesson. So there you keep learning it. So you keep doing the same behaviors that cause you to learn the same lesson. Whoa. Like, that's it. So if you look at the things in life, let's just say Deb here, she's like, been told too loud, got too quirky looks. Well, the genie's out of the bottle rock. Yes. So I don't know if you know, Deb and I hiked together, and literally we were hiking, and she showed me something. I asked her about trekking poles. If you haven't heard of her, you can look it up. Deb, put your handle in the comments. And I was like, okay, how am I supposed to be using these? Literally, she told me, I'm like, okay, let's shoot a 30-second video. We shot a 30-second video. She says, this is what you're going to learn. This is why you need to learn it. Here's the tips, and we're done. Literally, that's it. Go check out the video. She's posted it. When you just allow yourself to be open and free and lean into the possibility of what really can happen, amazing things happen. I'm going to share another testimonial with you. And this is a two-parter because I only have so many lines in here. So here's another testimonial. I just want to share. I got this 2 mornings ago. When I wake up in the morning, I feel like I am who I am meant to be. This is me. I feel proud of myself. I'm aligned with my purpose and where I have been striving for my entire life. Things are falling into place, and I can't thank you enough for helping me find my courage and myself. The work that I do with women is deeper. If you're tired of being under all of the bullshit, whatever that bullshit is for you, it's different for every single woman, but whatever that is, it's time to uncover it, because it's time for you to stop repressing and to start expressing. Because just like in that post, I wrote, like, if you were standing in the grocery store and you knew the person beside you had the answer to your pain, the solution to your pain, had the answer, the key to your success, would you tell them, no, can you just keep that to yourself, please? I don't want to know. Would you do that? Yes or no? Would you be like, oh, no, I don't want to know how to make $1 million in a year. Don't tell me, because, I just want to keep suffering over here. That is ludicrous. I would want to know. How many of you would want to know? So what is it going to take? What will it take? It shouldn't take 27 years of your life until you say, this is who I am. Now, if it takes you that long, it takes you that long. That's a choice. I'm telling you, it doesn't have to. I am telling you that when I decided to be who I was and to love the people I wanted to love, it was difficult, and yet it was so satisfying. I finally felt like I could be who I was, right? And this is a process. This is something that comes out. So what programming are you wanting to undo right now? Let's talk about it. Now, there may not be a lot of comments coming in here, but I want you to think about it. And I'd love for you to DM me what programming you are going to undo so that you can amplify your impact and accelerate your confidence so that you can be more visible with video and start creating videos in which really help you do that, help you amplify your impact. They help you be and have a more fulfilling life because you get to show up as you. Women say, people are going to judge me. A lot of people, not just women, but because I work mainly with women, this is really what happens and stops us. It's internal. It's not that you don't know the tech. I can teach you the tech. Anyone can teach you the tech. You can go to YouTube and get the tech, right? But it has to be in conjunction, intertwined with the internal work. And I can tell you, a 65-year-old person, 55-year-old person, 48-year-old person isn't any really different than the younger person. It's just a different reason, but the same underlying cause. If that makes sense, give me a thumbs up or a heart. Like if that is making sense. So not let fear, so the fear of judgment. All right. So let's counteract that. Thank you very much for the comment. Let's counteract that. What would it take for you to hear from somebody who is blessed by your work? I mean, is that what it's going to take? The only way they're going to hear about your work is for you to be out there, right? What do you need? And I don't want it always to be external. What do you need to be saying to yourself? And it's not that you deserve to be here like anyone else. I don't like the word deserve. We are all human. This is how we are made. We don't have to deserve or earn our right to be here. We can be here because this is where we're supposed to be. Like, are you picking up what I'm throwing down now? So the fear of judgment is, how long do I want that feeling in my body? And when you don't want that feeling in your body anymore, there's ways I can help you move through that feeling. And that's what I've done with so many other women. And when you move through that feeling, it's no longer there as a paralyzing. I still have thoughts of self-doubt. I still have thoughts of what if someone doesn't like it? But the fact of the matter is that I care more about my purpose and my mission in this world than I do about someone that doesn't like it. Is that making sense? Like, I have to care more about my life and what I'm doing here before I die. That is my main thing now. And so I'm not stopping for other people. Can I hear things? Yes. Can people not like me? Yes. They won't watch the show. Okay, fine. Don't watch the show. But I can tell you there's billions and billions of people out there who I haven't even touched that may be interested in being inspired to be more visible with video so they can make the massive positive impact that they're wanting to make. Right? All right. So let me know if any of this is ringing true with you, because it's really helpful for me to be able to hear what is really happening with you out there. There's no better place I would rather spend the night before my birthday than here with you, because it means something to me. You mean something to me. And that is when I feel alive. Now, don't get me wrong. If no one was here, I'd still be doing this shiz all day long, every single day, because this is how I want to be. This is how I want to interact in the world. All right. So we've gone over lots of things. We've looked at what kind of programming you have been told in your life that has really kept you playing smaller than maybe what your heart really wants to be playing. And maybe you identified some of those things that are layered on. And what I would love to have you do is to DM me what those things are. And I'd love to have a conversation with you, not a sales call or anything, but I am here to help women move through those things. So if you take me up on it, I'd love to hear from you. And if you don't, I'll still be here when you're ready to take me up on it. Time is now. More than ever, we need a diverse population speaking to what needs to be done differently in this world. And women, all women are part of that conversation. Trans women are a part of that conversation. Women of color, people of color, indigenous people, immigrants, everyone is a part of that. And there is, for me, a duty to help women do that. So if you feel that calling and you're like, I need to do this, it is my time, then you can reach out to me. You can also go to www.rachelfreemansowers.com and go ahead and sign up for a free 20-minute consultation, which is honestly just a discussion about how you can be more visible on video and if it's a good fit for us to work together. So that's what I have to offer you tonight. And I hope that you take this message and you pass it to one other woman, no matter, and it doesn't even have to be about video. If it is, fantastic. But if it's not, and this woman is struggling, and you can say to her, even if it's you looking at yourself in the mirror, there is more and I can have more because I want more. That's it. There's more, I can have more because I want more. That's all that there is. And then you find out why your mission is so strong and why you become uncompromising about what and how you're interacting in the world. Allow yourself to entertain and deviate from the norm. I'm all about deviating from the norm. So if this has been inspirational to you, please make sure to tell me it has been inspirational. Feel free to share this video. Make sure that you are being a participant and a leader in your own life because it fucking matters. It fucking matters. All right. So that is the end of tonight. As I say at the end of every single video, make sure to stay true to yourself, be kind to others, and always, always, always honor the wise one that is within you. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will see you all next Wednesday. Bye.